Okay, what's the date?
Today is July 1st, 2014.
2014, okay.
And Dan is doing his video stuff again.
Yeah, again. And so what I want to do is I want to document whether or not we can make it up close to Hearst Castle from Santa Barbara to San Simeon Lodge, and there is a charge station up there, in the Nissan Leaf, which we know only goes about 100 miles max on a charge, so we're going to have to stop 2 or 3 times on the way. And we will see how it goes. Now, we do have a charger here in the garage. This is actually a 30 amp charger, zero emission. Okay.
And we've never charged anywhere but at home.
And never charged anywhere but home, so we're going to find out what happens.
This is an adventure.
Okay. Okay, so we've got fog in Santa Barbara. We've got sun up here. Things are looking good. Up here, not so good down there. We're out of here. Okay, we are at the Marriott in Buellton, and there you see our Leaf sitting at a charge station, Tesla charge station, here at the Marriott Buellton. And for all those people that thought you might be able to charge at a Tesla station, guess what? You absolutely cannot, because the plugs don't fit. There is no way they'll fit. In fact, so let's look at this. Here we have the 240 110 charge on the Leaf, and this is their fast charge, okay? And on the Tesla, here you have this, and there is just no way that that will physically fit in that or that. I tried it, it doesn't work. No go. So if you've seen Teslas or Leafs parked in a Tesla charge station and wondered if they're getting charged, guess what? They're not getting charged. There's no way. But as you can see, there's plenty of charge stations for Teslas, and a good reason for going that direction, especially for us in Santa Barbara, heading up the coast. So the next stop will be Santa Maria, and we will see exactly what happens in Santa Maria. Okay, so we didn't get to the Marriott, wouldn't let us in there on the Tesla stuff because it was a Tesla station, and the Leaf, Nissan Leaf plugs do not fit. But what we did get to is Santa Maria, so we had to go another 30 miles. So now we're about 60 miles from Santa Barbara, and we're on Centerpiece Road at a charge point location. And this is a building right here, kind of a medical facility building, and they've got a number of charge stations here in the parking lot. So what we've got is ChargePoint, and ChargePoint actually is the company who works directly with Nissan, and we have a little thing that you scan right here on the pass. It says pass right there. Well, you put a card reader there, and if it's free, it lets you do it, and ours is just for the free ones. We haven't set it up for the charge card. So if you hold a standard credit card up there, it opens it up and it lets you go ahead and plug it in. So that matched. It's plugged in, it's working. And there's a button on the inside of the Nissan Leaf to lock it. That way somebody can't come along and pull it out while you're gone and stick it in their car. So that's working. So, charge point. Now there is a charge point at the Nissan dealer in Santa Barbara that has the fast charge, and it's through ChargePoint. You pay for that, and it will charge up about 80% in probably 20 minutes, and that goes in that plug there. But I could not find any of those type of chargers between Santa Barbara and, say, San Simeon Lodge by Hearst Castle. Any place. They just don't exist. There is a Nissan dealer in Santa Maria, and they do not have the fast charge. So we're out there. Now there are some other places that we could have gotten a charge for free, but they're not as fast a charge, so we decided to go to a 220 location, which is either 30 or 70 amps, probably 30 amps. Same thing we've got at home, and we're now about halfway down. We had about 50 miles left of the 100, so we could have made it all the way to San Luis, but we decided to stay here and check this out and see what it takes to make it work. So that's where we are. Next stop, we'll go to San Luis. We could make it all the way to San Simeon, but we're going to stop in San Luis just to see how that is. Okay? That's it. Okay, so what have we learned? We learned when you're doing this charge stuff, locate the charge station first, because we're still in Santa Maria 2 hours later, and locate the charge station first. Then drive around and find out where you want to eat, because it could be a long way from where you thought it was going to be. Then go back and park your car, plug it in, and take off to where you want to go. It's that easy once you know what to do. So we're out of here. The next stop is San Luis and then San Simeon. Okay, here we go. Okay, second charge station. We are at, and this is a Clipper Creek charge station. Okay, and we are at Target. Let's see, yep, it's Target San Luis. Okay, and this one is free, and I'm not quite sure what the rating is on it, so I'll have to check it out. And then right across the parking lot over here is the Olive Garden, which looks like a great place to eat. And then over here by Dick's is, the expression here is Mac Superstore, and the Mac Superstore has a charge station right out in front, and there is the, whoops, there's the charge station right there. Right by the stop sign, you see a car is, we got lots of traffic. There we go. The car's plugged in there. So they got a number of them around the parking lot here. So we're good. We'll see how this goes. And let's just see if it says on here if it's 30 amp. This over here says 208, 30 amp. Yep, this is 30 amp. Okay, so 208, 30 amp, and it's free. Away we go. Okay, went to Target for about an hour. This is no longer blinking, so it looks like it's charged. So away we go. And the nice part is it was all free. Okay. Next stop, San Simeon Lodge. Okay, here we are at the Target, and we're going to try again because I didn't really check it. On this thing it shows you charging, okay, and protection, and it also says press to start or stop charging. Well, I think we pressed it and it stopped it, and we didn't realize it. Because you really got to look at the blinking lights on the dash and make sure that they're blinking. And I saw one blinking on the far right hand side, which meant it really wasn't charging, but I wasn't thinking. We were in Target for about an hour, nothing charged up. We're still at about 50 miles. We could probably make it to San Simeon, but we're not going to risk it. We're going to walk across over the parking lot here to the Olive Garden, right over there, and get a little something to eat, and then we'll come back. By the time we're done, this will be charged for sure this time, and we'll be out of here. Okay, we're ready to try again. We went into the olive grove. We were only there for about 30 minutes. It went from 50 to 70 on our charge. You can see the last light is still blinking, meaning it's not quite charged, but you know, we only have to go 40 miles from here to San Simeon, so that should be enough to do it. So we're going to pack up and get out of here. Okay, we made it. Made it to the San Simeon Lodge. There we go. San Simeon Lodge. And right across the street, you can see the ocean, Highway 1, and the bar and grill, San Simeon Lodge. And our Leaf had about 20 miles left. After we left San Luis, we were at 70 miles. And so here you see the 220 charge, and this is 220, and it is 30 amp. Looks like 220, yep, 30 amp. Okay, Bosch Power Max, and standard connector. We're good. Lights are blinking. You can see we're down to the last blinking light here. On. Whoop. There you go. There it is. Blink, blink. So that one's out. We got some charge to do, but it'll be charged up in probably about 2 hours. All the way. So there you have it. What to do, what not to do. And the best place is San Luis. We found that area there by the Olive Garden restaurant and Target to be the best place. So we need to go back and regroup on Santa Maria and find a better place. And, you know, maybe on the way back we'll get that and record it as well. So that's it. This is a no-brainer. In fact, where we were in Santa Maria cost us, and we could find a free one, I'm sure. So we won't go to a charge point, we'll get one free. Okay, that's it. Okay, well, here we are the next day, and as you can see, we had to do a trickle charge because their charger here at the San Simeon Lodge is not working, and it's still not charged completely because it's on the final thing there. So we're going to have to find out why this unit out here, which is right there, is not working. They came back and said it was working last night, but I'll find out for sure today. So that's a problem with the San Simeon Lodge. Okay, back here at the San Simeon Lodge, and they did fix this charge system last night, so it is now working 220 30 amp. We did have to charge 110 back over there off the other location of the building, and it wasn't charged up all the way, so we finished it off here with this morning after having a little breakfast at the San Simeon Lodge. And we're heading up to the Ragged Point Inn, which only has a 110 charger, but that's okay. We're up to 100%, we should be fine. So that's the location over there where we had to plug in. That little connector right down there was 110. So that got us through the night at about 88 miles, and then we got to the 100 miles this morning with this. So, you know, somehow it's all working out. Okay. Let's see. We got some pelicans out here. Yeah. Big pelicans. And looks like we got a lighthouse way up there. Okay. And one of the things that I noticed as we left the San Simeon Lodge and came up the coast here is that it's only 62 miles to Big Sur, which means we can easily make it in a Nissan Leaf from the San Simeon Lodge, get charged up there, and go to Big Sur. Now, I'm not quite sure if they have any 220 up there, but if you were spending the night, not a problem. We were almost fully charged in the morning there at 88 with trickle charge on 110. So that certainly is an option. Okay. And it is one foggy day out here. Probably there someplace, but let's see if we can zoom in on these guys. There we go. They're out there on the rocks. Just taking it easy. Ha. Yeah, we heard a couple of them. Wow. Life is good. Okay. Are you enjoying this trip?
I am. And tomorrow's my birthday.
Oh, early happy birthday.
Thank you. Hi.
Wait a minute.
You're so cute.
He says you guys are kind of blocking my hole right here. I'm trying to get into this little place down here. Where is it? Right down in there?
There's several holes down
Right there.
I wish we had some food for
And he
you.
says you're like right there blocking my... Okay, we're leaving. Goodbye. More,
see if you can close up on them.
more pelicans. Yeah, I can get pretty close.
Maybe those ones over there, those look pretty awesome.
Yeah, these guys are big.
These look bigger over there.
They?
That one guy that's
Okay.
on the top of the rock.
There we go. Whoop, there we go.
And then the human
And there's
element.
some sea lions out there too.
Yeah. They're sleeping. Like Elwood and Jakey.
That's right. There the guys are.
But
They're
you know
big.
that the tide comes up to here because it's still damp.
Okay, let's see here. They got the warnings. Have teeth, they do bite. They are wild. Female. Male. Okay, let's go check them out. There you go. There's a big one. Huge.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. There he is.
I'm so tired.
Yeah.
Oh, look at those. There's one in the water, honey.
Oh, yeah.
Look at this little squirrel.
There they are. There's a couple of them there.
Yeah,
Oh, look at that.
they are. I wish
they'd stand up a little bit more. Oh, there. What a forlorn sound that is.
Usually maybe a 7-year-old.
But it doesn't hurt or
Sparring in November, when these big guys come back for the mating season, they fight. They get here first before the females arrive. They fight for real on the beach to show dominance and get very bloody. They don't fight to the death because one will back off. One will show dominance and will back off. And then shortly after that, in December, the females start arriving. They come up and pick one of the males to be with. He's the alpha or the beach master. And he'll end up with 20 to 40 females in his harem. Okay, and then as soon as she gets here and picks that male, though, she gives birth. And she spends about 30 days with her pup, weaning it, feeding it. But after 30 days, she goes into heat. That male mates with her, and then she leaves. So the newborn pups that are born mostly in January on these beaches, they're by themselves the rest of their life. They get about 30 days for mom.
Where are the females now?
The females are up around Vancouver right now. They were here in May and June to do what they're doing, molting, losing their fur. So most of the females are all back up in the Vancouver waters around Canada. Now when these guys are done molting, they swim further. Their feeding areas are around the Aleutian Islands in Alaska. So, like I said, 95% of the animals on this beach right now are males.
Do they travel together in
No,
groups?
when they leave here, that's a good question. See the silver ones? They're almost done with their molt.
Yeah.
A real brown one, he may have another 3 or 4 weeks here on the beach before he loses all his fur. But because of predators out there in the ocean, the great whites and the orcas, they do not travel in groups because if they were in groups, they would attract. So very independent out in the ocean. Their biggest defense against the sharks is their ability to dive and stay down on the bottom of the ocean floor. Their average dive is 1,000 feet, and they'll stay down on average about 35 minutes before they come back up for air. When they come up for air, maybe only 2 minutes at the surface, because sharks attack in the first 50 feet of water. Orcas attack in the first 50 feet of water. So they know to stay down. Now these little ones that we had born here last January, we had 4,200 leave this Piedras Blancas rookery, which is about 11 beaches. We're talking about beaches down to the lighthouse and even a couple south of here. These young ones that left here, 4,200 of them this year. That was a new record. But their first year survival rate is 50%. Because at age 3, only 1 out of 3 of these animals get to age 3. After that, these guys can live 15 to 16 years, actually 16 to 17 years, and females 20 to 21 years.
Okay, here we go. 110. And that is the Ragged Point. Ragged Point. Let's see. Where are we? There we go. Ragged Point. In. Here we go. Okay. There's Highway 1. And there is a connection for 110 right there. The other end of the parking lot is a place for 110. They don't have it installed yet, but up there at the far end would be another place. Okay, so light post there will be activated for 110. Across the parking lot, that light post does have the 110. You can hook in there anytime for a trickle charge at the ragged point, and that gives you an idea of the area. Okay. Okay, gotta have some real estate shots here. So here's a place. 805. Wow, that's area code of Santa Barbara. Okay, real estate. And that is 18. Okay. For some nice property here, right next to the Ragged Point Inn. Okay. Well, there we have a preferred parking for the Nissan Leaf. Lots of room. Simeon Lodge with one heck of a view. Charge station right there. Let's see, where did that go? Right there. There we go. Still working fine. And just a great place to go. So we'll check out tomorrow, see if we can make it up past Ragged Point Inn. Just how far we can go. Let's see. Okay. We are back at our favorite charge station here in San Luis Obispo. There it is. And this is great because it's free. And it is 30 amp 220. We just came back from San Simeon.
It's 10:45.
10:45. We drove kind of crazy fast and ate up a lot because we were charged up completely from San Simeon, and so it took us about 37 minutes to get here. We went from about 98 or 100 down to about 41 or 2. So we'll let this thing charge. Should take an hour, 2 hours, something like that. We'll be charged up and ready to go. And then we'll figure out where we're going to go in Solvang. Solvang, okay. That's good. Okay. We are leaving the Target. and we've got a couple hours of charge here. We're almost full. We did go across the street. Olive Garden's over there. We did go across the street over to Home Depot. There is 2 of these type of charge stations over Clipper Creek charge stations over at Home Depot across the street. Now there's 2 here. There's one over by the Mac place over there, the Superstore, Mac Superstore. There's 2 more charge stations there, and then over here even farther past those over there are some more. So there's like 2, 4, 6 charge stations in this parking lot here. Plenty of charge stations, and they're all free. And the one at Home Depot is free. So everything in San Luis is really well wired. Great for free charging. Next stop, Santa Maria. They are charging. We'll find out. It's probably a charge point in Santa Maria. We're going to pass up Santa Maria if we can and go straight to Solvang, which Santa Maria and Solvang is all charge. Pay for charge stations, pretty much. Okay, we are at the Rabobank on Betaravia in Santa Maria. Unfortunately, we are not going to be able to get that charger, but this is a free charger with Rabobank, and it is a Tesla charger, although you can see it's got the standard connector for the Leaf, and this Tesla charge unit is a 70 amp, 240, 70 amp. So this is a good fast charge station at a Rabobank, and if it was open and we could get in there, that would be wonderful, but that is not happening. So we're heading to another place in Santa Maria where we were before. Okay, this is it, our last charge. It is about an hour and a half later. We went from 50 miles to about 85 miles. We are in Santa Maria at the medical building, and we only have 50 miles to get home, so we should have no problem. We're not going to charge to 100%, but we do have to go uphill last part of San Marcos Pass in the mountains of Santa Barbara, so we want to make sure that we had enough to get up there. But what can I say about this whole trip? I would say that when you're starting off your trip, you're all excited, you're going to be gone for a few days, you got to wait a little bit here and there to charge up, no big deal. But on the way home, I think everybody's probably going to be a little more tired and anxious to get home and less inspired to be sitting around at charge stations. Hello. How you doing?
Okay, how about yourself?
Good. So our general consensus is that we probably wouldn't want to have anything less than 300 miles on a charge. So when Tesla comes out with their new model, which is 200 miles for $30,000, you know, for us, we still would want 300 miles, so it's probably going to be a Model S or Model X, even if we had to spend the extra money, just because we'd want the extra miles. And of course you get the fast charge, and there's going to be Tesla things all over the place, so we will go broke trying to make it. So let's get out of here and let's go home. Might be a few years before we get there, but that's where we're heading. Okay, sayonara. Okay, here we have, looks like we got 19 miles is where we ended up. That's probably about 10 miles less than I thought, because getting over San Marcos Pass took a lot of energy, but we did make it. 19 miles to spare, and we're gonna hook right back up on that and get charged. All right, safe and sound, back home. And let's just take a quick look and see. We got a little bit of fog out there, very hot, very sunny. 4th of July. I hope everybody has a good one. That's it.